Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to benchmark SnowRunner. It's a simulation game, not exactly racing. It's a basically truck driving simulation, I think. I don't know much about this game because I am not into simulation games at all. So, by the way, thank you for the support and subscribing to my channels. We have reached around 250 subscribers in such a short time. So, thank you all for the support. By the way, I will show you guys the settings for this game. I will keep this video a bit short because currently I'm like not feeling well. I was down with fever for a few days and I'm still not feeling very well. So I will just keep the video short. So as you can see, it's on 1080p. Yeah, these two settings I will suggest you to keep it on always because it is not a very big FPS hog, but it improves the visual quality of the game by a lot. Because if you turn it off, like keep it on off, the game looks horrible because it's just jagged mess. And I will not suggest you to turn it keep it on MSAA because those are really heavy. Those are really heavy settings. I will keep on fidelity effect sharpening. And yeah, don't mess with these two settings because this can mess up your game as well as not game, your FPS. So as you can see, everything is on low. Yeah, let's turn these on low as well. Okay, so as you can see, everything is on low. Continue. Right. uh, Yep. So as you can see on low settings, I'm getting around 65 to 66 FPS in Alaska. This is basically Alaska. There are many more places to visit in this game. Although if you are not recording, you will get around 15 FPS, 15 to 20 FPS more. As I was before recording, I was getting around 96 FPS with these settings on this system. By the way, I'm using an Asus Tuf laptop. It has an RTX 3050 mobile version, uh, Ryzen 7 4800H, and 16 gigs of RAM in dual channel. And low settings looks good if you turn on the TAA and FXA on. And these settings are like good for a weak graphic card or weak system, like something with the 1050 Ti, yeah, or GT 1030. I don't think GT 1030 will do for this. 750 Ti, 560, 550. Yeah. So these are the low settings, and the game looks decent enough. Like if you have a low end system and you want to play this, you can definitely play it. You will get somewhere similar, if not better. Like not exactly 90 FPS. You will get around what 50 to 60 FPS most of the times without recording if you have a low end system. But if you have some system like mine, you can easily achieve 100 FPS with these settings. Although 100 FPS on this game is not like recommended because this is not a FPS or fast paced title. So yeah, these were the low settings. Now I will show you the medium ones. Okay, so as you can see on medium settings, we haven't lost a lot of FPS, maybe like 4 to 5 FPS. But the game looks a bit better because now it has ambient occlusion, a better effect quality, and all those things. And without recording, you will get around 15 to 20 FPS more because I was getting around 90 to 95 FPS most of the times with these settings on the system. And yeah, I'm right now in Alaska. Sorry, not Alaska. This is Michigan. Yeah, I'm in Michigan in this game, and I will not go to any other maps because that kind of messes up, like the FPS. Because in this game, the FPS is dependent on the place where you are currently at. Like, suppose I am in Alaska right now, the FPS will be a bit lower than what I'm getting in Michigan. Okay, now I will show you guys the high settings. So as you can see, on high settings, we are getting around 52, 14, yeah, mid 40s to low 50s in an intensive area like this, which has a lot of grass, foliages, trees, particle effects, and all those things. Now we are getting somewhere close to 60. And while I was not recording, I usually use high settings and not the ultra one, because ultra is basically for 4K or for screenshots, not for gaming in most games. So without recording, you can easily get around 60 to 65 to 70 FPS most of the times in this game on high settings on a decent enough system, because it is an intensive game. Although not VRAM intensive, but like okay. So now I will show you the ultra settings, the ultra preset. And as you can see, there isn't a lot of difference between ultra and high. There is a visual difference between medium and high, but not a lot of in between ultra and high. Although there is an very big FPS difference in ultra and high. So as you can see on ultra settings, I'm getting around 41 to 43 FPS, and without recording I was getting around 47 to 55 FPS most of the times in these areas. Simulation games are just not my cup of tea. I just don't find them very enjoyable. I just casually play this game sometimes. Do you know? Okay. So now I will show you guys my custom settings. Yeah. Okay. So terrain draw distance is basically like the quality of terrain on farther distances, and it controls the pop-ins as well, texture pop-ins. So I will suggest you to keep it on high at least. Grass density is basically the quantity of, not the quality, the quantity of the grass. So if you prefer like a lot of grasses, then yeah, you can keep it on ultra. Although I would not suggest you to keep it on ultra, because there is little to no difference between high and ultra, although there is an FPS difference. But if you don't like, if you uh, like, I usually, when I'm immersed in the game, I don't usually like I am forgetting that word. Like when I'm immersed in the game, I don't feel like the grass is very necessary to me. But still, I will keep it on high. If you want a bit more performance, you can keep it on medium. Object quality, I will keep it on ultra. Effects quality, now this controls the particles, weathers, mud, ice effects in this game. So I will suggest you, and this is quite intensive, so I will suggest you to keep it on medium. Shadow quality is another FPS hog in this game, and again I will suggest you to keep it on medium, although if medium looks bad to you, you can turn it on high. Texture quality, that depends on your VRAM. So suggest, suppose if you have something like 4 gigs of VRAM, like this is for 1080p, not for higher resolutions like 1440p, because those are more VRAM hungry. So if you're playing on 1080p and you have something like 4 gigs of VRAM, you can keep it on ultra. Like I have around 4 gigs of VRAM and I'm keeping it on ultra, and I'm barely using 3 gigs right now. But if you have something like a 1063 gigs version, or with 2 gigs of version, I will suggest you keep on a medium or high. High at least. Medium at least, sorry. Now texture filtering, I will keep it on 8 times. Ambient occlusion, there is only two settings, three settings: off, low, and high. I will keep it on high. Water quality looks bad on low. I will keep it on high. Volumetric fog is intensive, but it depends on you whether you like the foggy effect or not. If you don't, you can turn it off. Light shafts is again you. This is basically the beams of lights from suns and all those things. If you like it, you can turn it on. If you don't, you can turn it off. Now mirrors. This settings is basically just for the first person mode of this game. Like this is basically turns if you turn mirrors on and if you are in first person, yeah, reflections basically. Sorry, I was blabbering a bit. Yeah. So as you can see with these settings, the game still looks gorgeous. Let me just skip the time. Hmm. Okay, so this is morning. So as you can see with this settings, I'm getting like the game still looks gorgeous. The grass density is still looking good enough. And I'm getting around 54, 57, 60 FPS with these settings. Even more than that. So basically if you're not recording, you will always get more than 65 FPS most of the times. And around, oops, I went the wrong way. Like you will get around 70 to 80 FPS average. And the lowest will be around 60. And the highest it will ever go will be 85 to 87 FPS. Let me show you. And that is without recording. And as you can see, even with recording, I am getting around 70 FPS in these areas. So this is basically performing somewhere between medium and high, and it looks as good as high because there is negligible difference between ultra and high. So as you can see, these are the light beams, like these these ones. These are the light beams. So if you like these settings, you can turn it on. If you don't, you can just turn it off. And mirrors, as I was telling you, these are the mirror settings. See, the mirror settings affect these mirrors when you're playing on first person mode. So thank you guys for watching this videos. Please do watch till the end of the video because it, like, increases my engagement. And by the way, if you guys like the video, you can like this video, and subscribe to my channel. And if you have suggestions for other games, you can comment it down in the comment box. And see you in the next videos. Thanks. Bye bye.